competitive world with high demands for flexible production, it's crucial to optimize production processes, reduce costly downtime, and to produce more sustainably. To promote this, the Composition project has been launched to develop optimized internal production processes by exploiting existing data, knowledge, and tools. The project will also develop an ecosystem to support the interchange of data and services between factories and their suppliers. The aim is to invite new market actors into the supply chain. The composition technologies are undergoing trials in 2 factory infrastructures. The Boston Scientific Clonmel Medical Device Production Plant in Ireland and at the Clemen Lift Production Plant in Kilkis in Greece. Here, the waste management company, Eldia, is part of the project too. At Clonmel, Boston Scientific produces pacemakers, defibrillators, spinal cord stimulators and deep brain stimulators, transforming more than 250,000 lives in almost 100 countries every year. In Clonmel, the composition focus is on the processes in the plant in the value chain. Process engineer Patrick McCallion explains.
So the first use case is predictive maintenance, and it involves acoustic sensors that were designed by Tyndall, and they're placed in one of the reflow ovens. The reason for this is before the fan fails, it would make a higher pitched noise, and so these sensors can detect that. So this is one of the acoustic sensors for the predictive maintenance use case. So far in one of the reflow ovens, we have 5 of these placed in 3 at the bottom and 2 at the top of the oven, and they all correlate with a fan in the oven. So at the moment they'd be wired, we'd have a power supply and internet cable in them, but Tyndall are going to look into having wireless ones for the future, so they'd be easier to move and put into other ovens.
So here, the objective is to optimize the production process through automated use of data that were already there but hadn't been used before.
So that means that there'll be a lot reduced downtime because we'll get a notification beforehand, and also it means reduced scrap, because if material was going through the machine while it was on a fan field, that would all have to be scrapped.
Another important area in the value chain is asset management. To prevent valuable items getting lost and to know where they are when you need them, Boston Scientific is trying a new system. Process engineer Patrick McCallion explains.
So the second use case is component tracking, and it involves tracking lost equipment and components around the lab. It's a very large site here, and a lot of equipment needs to be tested or calibrated, and so obviously it can be lost as 6 months goes on before the testing, and so this would be very useful to track that equipment and would reduce costs and downtime. These are for the asset tracking. So these ones are the sensors, and they'd be placed on the roof, all spaced out equally. They would pick up then the tags. So originally we had a thin but quite large tag. And then we decided to go for the smaller. It's slightly thicker, but it would be better for the equipment we were tracking. So we decided to go with these ones. This is the main receiver. So this would be placed in a central location in the room that's being tagged, and this is called the gateway.
Team supervisor Louise Martins explains.
I think the asset tracking system so far, it has been excellent. It was relatively easy to deploy. In fact, it was so easy that we had other people from other divisions here internally that showed the interest, that they also want to expand this technology to their divisions. We even have other Boston Scientific locations, not just Europe, but also in the US, that showed interest when we showed presentations about the composition project and we mentioned this use case. They were extremely interested in this technology because it's technology that it's relatively low cost, it's easy to implement, it's easy to expand. It works really well for this type of use that we are giving to it.
Some 50 kilometers northwest of Thessaloniki lies Kilkis. Here, Klemen produces lifts. Being one of the major lift companies in the market, they distribute to more than 100 countries. Here, the trial focuses on the interaction between different companies using the composition system to optimize the logistics of waste management. Key to this interaction is to consider waste a resource. Sustainability researcher Theophilus Mastos explains.
Metal scrap to us is a resource. I say that because we recycle 100% of the scrap metal and 99% of all the recyclable materials, including scrap metal within it. And through a circular process, it goes to the next company, it is melted and then gets back to us like a metal sheet. So we use it for production again.
Before, employees check the fill level of bins and containers. They then calculated in what order the bins should be emptied into the containers and when the containers should be picked up by the waste management company. With the composition system, bins and open-top containers are equipped with sensors that monitor the fill level. The system then provides a suggestion for the optimal emptying and pickup sequence. The system works in close cooperation with the workers. Theophilos Mastos explains.
The composition system has really helped in an automated way the whole process of waste management within the factory, but also outside the factory. Within the factory, the forklift driver, which was used to check the bins manually to see the fill level, now he gets a notification in his phone about the fill level in real time, and he knows where and when to pick the specific bin. Then when he picks the bins, he gets them outside in the open-top container, throws the scrap metal within the open-top container bin, and then the sensor which is there triggers the bidding process in the marketplace in order to say, okay, the bin now is 80%. Waste management companies, please send your offers in order to collect and pick up the scrap metal. So this whole process, which is automated, it reduced our time of phoning and emailing and checking about offers. Now we get the top 3 offers through the system, and then we decide in which one we should cooperate with.
The new system has led to optimized logistics and savings.
Especially in the waste management, the real-time monitoring of the fill levels has helped really improving our whole process, operational processes within our company, like phones and emails, as I said before, and also improving our suppliers' relationships and getting more fast the information to them and getting better services from them, which are coming to us through the system.
There are also benefits for the transport company, Eldia. Director Dimitris Gortsis explains.
Our involvement with composition is in 2 use cases. One use case is along with Klemen Industries, and it has to do with the bidding process with the use of sensors. And the second use case is LDA 1, which is our use case and has to do with fill level monitoring and notification. Here we see the composition platform at work. When it reaches 80-85%, we automatically go and empty this container. In the Klemen case, we're placing a bid. And if we're the successful bidder, we get notified by Klemen and we go and pick up their container. The main benefit we get from the composition project is the fact that by knowing what the fill level is in all our customers' containers, we're able to organize better our logistic program. We can be more consistent in our customer needs, thus improving the customer satisfaction, okay? And overall, this thing gives us a competitive edge over the rest of the companies that are in the same field.
If you want to know more about the composition project, please visit our website www.composition-project.eu.